Hey you guys, it is Duane here from DewyHQ, and today we are playing some game Dev Tycoon. If you guys haven't heard of game Dev Tycoon, it is the gaming simulator. Oh, it's like a business simulator that's geared towards developing games, right? And it is probably one of the coolest games I've played. I played it a while ago. I played it back in April, and it's recently come to Steam. So let's see how we go on this. So this is just like a new series that I wanted to start up and just do by myself. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. In this business simulation, you've been transported back in time to start your own very own game development company right at the beginning of the PC revolution. And in the next 35 years, you can build your dream company, create best-selling games, gain fans, and become a leader of the market. So let's get started. Okay, what am I going to call the name company? I'm probably going to call it DewyHQ Studio. Oh no. Let's call it DewyHQ Games. Oh, what have I done? DewyHQ Games seems like a legitimate name. Player, we want to go Duane from DewyHQ. We want to go male. We're going to get blonde hair, and we're probably going to go with the let's go with this shirt. Gameplay hints. Since I've played the game before, no, I want to start a fresh slate because I did test this before to make sure it was working and the recording was working and all that. So, alright, so this is just going to tell us what we can and can't do. So it'll give us hints along the way, but pretty much this is how we develop our games. It's just a simulator, so we're going to try and get to the top here. So before we even pick a name, so we get to choose from superheroes, hunting, prison, and rhythm. Rhythm I know is really good for rhythm is really good for casual games, but we don't have that yet, so we're gonna probably go superheroes. We'll make it an action game. We'll develop for the PC, and we will call it DC. No, we'll call him Mighty Man. So we'll go Mighty Man. We're gonna have 2D graphics, and let's get started on this. So the way this works is every type of game has its own style that you need to focus on. So in these next parts, so pretty much we'll need to be focusing on the engine, story and side quests not so much because it's an action game, and gameplay. So, because the game needs to be fun and the engine needs to work, so let's go okay with that. And the brilliant thing about this is that you can actually check how well you did with the game reports now. So, sorry if I seem to be up in your face about this one, but you know, just trying to get all the points out there so we can actually get into the enjoyment side of the game. So I'll probably make these episodes about maybe 15 minutes long. Dialogues aren't important. Artificial intelligence, yeah, probably. Level design. Oh, I'll put a little bit of level design in. And, so yeah, we really want to go for the, we really want to just make these games, and like, maybe you guys can suggest, different, like, styles of games that we can make. So this is just going to tell us that we can choose from basic sounds and the 2D graphics, so you can change it here if you want to. We want to go fully in graphics, well designed not so much, sound has to be up there, not exactly there. And I've played this game before, so that's how I kind of know a few things about this game. Now for action games, I'm pretty sure you have to get a balance between technology and design, which looks like we've got a pretty good balance, but at the moment we've got these things called bugs, and that's like errors in the game. So let's finish that there, and so there's no bugs, we won't get really bad reviews, so let's hope we get some good reviews out of this. So it was a new topic, good new combo, and we'll release the game. So it looks like the reviews are coming in. Reviews came in, and we got a solid 8. Wow, that's really good for the first game. Wow, that's really good, guys. A 7.75. So now what we want to do is we want to go to generate game report. So we'll generate the game report to see how well we've done. So it looks like Mighty Man seems to be doing really well here. We sold almost 6k units in the first week. That's amazing. Usually you sell about 2k. And we have 43 fans. Wow, that's amazing. Superheroes and action is a great combination. Gameplay seems to be quite important for these games. Game report shows that research and blah blah blah. So this is just telling us that these, like, they'll tell us where we can improve on the games. So what we're going to do is we're going to research a new topic that we've got more to play with. Let's go game dev. And believe it or not, we're going to break the fourth wall here and we're going to create game Dev Tycoon. So what we're going to do is we're going to develop a new game. We're going to call it Game Dev Empire. We're going to go Game Dev, we're going to go Genre, we're going to go Simulation, and then we're going to go PC. And yeah. So guys, if you come up with like some ideas for like names and stuff and what kind of games I should make, just leave them in the comments and we'll see how we go. Okay, so the engine is super important in simulation. Story and side quest not so much. And artificial intelligence is really high. I don't think level design means that much at all. So we want to go for, considering this is a simulation game, technology seems to be the most important for this game. And graphics, yep, sound needs to be up. Not so high for sound, but graphics need to be good. So we sold 16,000 copies of Mighty Man, and we made like 116 grand in profit, which isn't too bad. So we'll finish off Game Dev Empire here. So we've got a new record, new combo, new topic, and we'll release the game. So then we will generate a game report here. Generate Game Dev Empire. So it's a 6, 5. Okay, level design seems to be important in that. But we'll soon see with the report here. So we've got Game Dev Empire. So this is just telling us that, like, these industry news, they'll pop up every now and then to say what's happening with the gaming industry. Saying that Commodore 64 is outselling PC at the moment, but as we all know, the Commodore 64 doesn't stay around for too long. It'll be out soon, so it's not going to be the best. Okay. Considering we've got a few research points to play around with, let's research fantasy, because fantasy is a really strong genre. Or topic, I should say, and genre is another thing. But we'll probably research fantasy, and we'll probably research one other topic. That way we've got a few to play around with, because the ones we have at the moment aren't very good. Let's go with zombies, because, you know, zombies, you can't really beat it. Zombies seems to be one of the strongest ones at the moment, so if we research it early on, we'll be able to play with it later on. So apparently Ninvento is going to plan its own very own gaming console, and it was successful. It was successful for Dinky King, which is a spin-off of Donkey Kong. So as you can see, this game is very, you know, pun-tastic. But we're going to be pretty pun-tastic as well, and we're going to rip off a few successful games and make them our own. So what we're going to do is we're going to go look for. Let's go hunting. Actually, let's work on a fantasy RPG. So let's go on a fantasy RPG. We'll probably make it a fantasy adventure afterwards. What kind of fantasy RPGs are there? There's Final Fantasy, obviously. Zelda. There's a whole bunch of ones. Let's go with. Let's call it King's. Let's call it Arthur's Quest. Arthur's Quest. Okay, let's develop from the PC. Let's go 2D. So game dev made 83 grand in profit, which is not bad. So what's important with the RPGs is gameplay and story and side quests. I'll probably say gameplay is not so much. We'll probably tone that down a bit. Because the game has to be fun in some aspects, otherwise what's the point of having a game, eh? Dialogues are extremely important. Artificial intelligence, not so much. Level design, kind of half. So we'll kind of go half of that. World design, fairly important. Sound, not so much, but graphics are extremely important. So we'll see how we go. Like, RPGs seem to be more toned towards design, so we have a really good ratio here. Oh shit, there was a bug. Great. I don't really want to go for the bad report because of that one bug, so what we're going to do is we're going to trash the game, and then we're going to redevelop it. We're going to call it Arthur's Quest. We're going to go, but by doing this, we're actually going to get a better game overall because we'll have higher matchups, so all we have to do is just redevelop it. Just make sure we don't hit any bugs. See, all the settings will be the same because it was on our last game. So this will actually result in a much better game. Because artificial intelligence and all that crap's leveled up, so it'll give us a chance to level up. And fans won't be extremely disappointed if we don't have a game out straight away. It was a shame, man, because that game was going to be a true legend. Now, we have a lower rating than we did last time, which is kind of disappointing. So we'll get that last design point in. And we've leveled up a whole bunch of levels now. I haven't even leveled up myself. God, we're in a video game, aren't we now? So we're going to wait that 1 week. Generate the game report. If you guys don't know, the weeks are actually counted up here on the top right. But yeah. So Arthur's Quest. 6 could have been better. 6, quirky but good. 6, fantasy RPG is a great combination. 7, good game. So overall, it's not the best, but it was okay. So by generating this game report, we're going to see where we went wrong, what we did right. So now we've just unlocked contract work, which is extremely good. Fantasy RPG seems to be a great combination. Level design seems to be quite important. Sound seems to be not very important for this type of game, and RPG on the PC seems to be a good match. Of course it does. So what we're going to do, right, to fill in the time, we're going to get some extra cash and get some extra research points by doing these contract work things. So playtest is easy. So it works exactly like the just the game development process, and you get research points out of it. So we just make some quick cash. The Invento, the NES or the TES in this game was just put on the market then. That is a crazy amount. We might be able to do this, so let's see how we go. So we only need 1 design point, but it's rest technology. Yeah, we look alright. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get this in. Perfect. Alright guys, we'll probably develop 1 more game and then we'll probably call it quits for there. Let's make a hunting game. Let's make it an action game. Should we develop for the TES? Sure, why the hell not? Costs 80 grand to develop for it. So let's call it Buck Hunter. So if we make Buck Hunter, we got to make some cool hunting game of some sort. So this will tell us, like, you know, that tells us what's good. So gameplay seems to be important. Story and side quests, not so much. The engine, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll have gameplay all the way up. We'll have a bit of engine in there, because the engine, I imagine, has to be somewhat good. Alright. So let's see how well Buck Hunter's going to be. Dialogue's not so important. Artificial intelligence I don't think has to be important. I think it's level design that has to be important. Sure. So we're going to do an interview. Hopefully that'll gain us some fans. World design, not so important. Graphics, definitely. Sound, fairly important. So we've already made 3 games. Hunting action game. Oh, so we got some hype by doing that report. So this will help. Hype will actually help the game. Like, it'll actually help you, like, get more sales in the process. But eventually you'll lose hype if you don't, like, announce the game or do trailers. So let's release this Buck Hunter and we'll see how we go with this game. So we got a new record for technology. Level up the rest that are remaining. And let's generate... Oh no, we can't generate one yet. Let's generate a game report for Buck Hunter. So the first reviews came in for Buck Hunter. So it's a 7. I'm seeing 10s, I want a 10 though. 6, 8, 8. So that's not bad, that's like a 7 I think? Which isn't too bad. So we're generating a game report here. We're making a mozza in sales. And hunting and action seem to be great. Dialogues don't seem to be important for this type of game. That's how we went about it. And guys, I think what we're going to do there is we're going to wrap it up for now. So if you guys enjoyed this series and you want to suggest games that I could develop, go ahead and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!